Well, it's that time of year again, when everyone takes to the internet to debate whether such and such is a Christmas movie.
I'm too old for this shit.
But while deciding whether a movie is good or bad is subjective, one person's E.T. is another's Mac and Me. Determining whether a work of cinema is also a Christmas film is as objective as Judge Stephen the Hammer Wexler.
Shut up!
And to help you objectively settle these Yuletide debates, we're going to provide you with the only 4 criteria you need. And we didn't just pull these out of our stocking. No. After reviewing articles from popular magazines, including Entertainment Weekly and Men's Health, professional guidance from writing trades such as Screenwriting Magazine and Screencraft, and statistical analysis from data scientists, nerds, we created a surefire method for determining whether your favorite film qualifies as a Yuletide classic.
Let's see what happens when we take away the puppy.
Is it set at Christmas time? Is it a tale of redemption? Is it about family? Is it Christmassy? Admittedly, the answer to that last question may seem a bit wishy-washy, but we need only consider the presence of Christmas imagery, music, and other references.
Merry Christmas!
Now, you may notice that we've eliminated some of the strawman considerations applied by other analysis. Don't get dragged into these by your uncle after he's had too much eggnog. The release date of the film most often only informs us as to when a studio thought their property would bring in the biggest box office. It's the likely reason Miracle on 34th Street premiered in the summer of 1947. And the opinions of the creative team behind a particular work need not be considered at all, simply because they're subjective. If we relied on the differing takes by director John McTiernan, Bruce Willis, Bonnie Bedelia, and Reginald VelJohnson, we wouldn't know whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And it 100% is, and we'll prove it to you in just a moment. That said, here are 5 1980s movies that someone on the internet believes may also be Christmas films. Number 1, Trading Places. Written by Timothy Harris and Herschel Weingrod and directed by John Landis, Trading Places was released on June 8, 1983. A twist on Mark Twain's The Prince and the Pauper, the wealthy Duke brothers switch the lives of the destitute Billy Ray Valentine, played by Eddie Murphy, and well-to-do Louis Winthorpe III, played by Dan Aykroyd, to settle the age-old argument of nature versus nurture. Is it set at Christmas time? Yes, although the film concludes on New Year's Eve, the story opens sometime after Thanksgiving.
Merry New Year!
Is it a tale of redemption? Yes. Both having lived in the other's shoes, Billy Ray and Louis are changed by the end of the film. Louis is less narcissistic and Billy Ray has gone legit. Well, after violating SEC regulations and countless other federal laws. Is it about family? Yes. In fact, we witness the creation of a new family. Not only do Billy Ray and Louis join forces, but along with genius prostitute Ophelia, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and Louis's butler, played by Denholm Elliott, they form an unlikely family. Is it Christmassy? Absolutely. The movie includes at least 4 Christmas songs, and the script refers to the holiday 21 times. And although it's a mostly disgusting segment of the film, Louis is dressed as a bad Santa decades before it was in vogue. And finally, we get the gift of Jamie Lee Curtis's Jingle Bells, the present that kept on giving year-round thanks to the advent of the pause button. Trading Places has all the ingredients you need to make the perfect Christmas film. Number 2. Gremlins. Directed by Joe Dante and written by Chris Columbus, this film was released June 8, 1984. Billy, played by Zach Galligan, fails to properly care for his new pet and brings chaos to his small town and death to some of its residents. Is it set at Christmas time? Sure is. The film opens with a desperate Randall Peltzer, played by singer-cum-actor Hoyt Axton, finding a last-minute, albeit unusual and extremely dangerous, Christmas gift for his son. Is it a tale of redemption? No. If any lesson is to be gleaned from this harrowing story, it's this. Don't give an animal as a gift. Whether a puppy or a mogwai, a pet is a lot of responsibility. Billy screws this one up so royally, the mysterious gift shop owner appears at the end of the film to take the mogwai back.
You are not ready.
Is it about family? Not really. Randall cares for his son, although he does buy him an unclassified creature from a mysterious man who doles out vague warnings about its care. And Kate, played by Phoebe Cates, tells a tragic story about her father's accidental death on a Christmas Eve years earlier. So, no, it doesn't include the traditional heartwarming family tale. Is it Christmassy? Yes, the film is definitely filled with Christmas imagery, including the evil gremlins caroling for potential victims. We hear at least 4 Christmas songs, including Darlene Love's Christmas, Baby Please Come Home. Christmas is mentioned 15 times throughout the script, and Santa is referred to 4 times, although those mentions are part of the terrible monologue Kate gives about her well-intentioned father's demise. In conclusion, Gremlins is no more a Christmas movie than Stripe is trustworthy. Number 3, Lethal Weapon. Directed by Richard Donner and written by Shane Black, this film was released March 6, 1987. Wild Card Police Sergeant Riggs, played by Mel Gibson, partners with the too old for this Sergeant Murtaugh, played by Danny Glover, to fight crime in Los Angeles.
Terrific.
Is it set at Christmas time? Yes, with the most poignant moment of the tale occurring on the holiday itself. Is it a tale of redemption? Absolutely. At the start of the film, Riggs is a suicidal loner, still wrestling with the tragic death of his wife. The end of the film, however, finds Riggs handing over the bullet that was to be his undoing to his new partner.
Tell him I won't be needing it anymore.
Is it about family? Nearly inseparable from the Riggs redemption arc is his transition from loner to newly adopted member of the Murtaugh clan. In fact, the film concludes with Riggs accepting an invitation to share Christmas dinner at his partner's home.
I'm not crazy.
Is it Christmassy? Yes, of course. The film includes at least 3 Christmas tunes, beginning with Jingle Bell Rock during the opening credits. In fact, Darlene Love, who sung the chart-topping Christmas Baby Please Come Home before Mariah Carey was even born, plays Murtaugh's wife. The first action sequence takes place at a Christmas tree lot, and the last one before a lit Christmas tree. The villains even wish one another a Merry Christmas. From the first frame until the last, Christmas decorations abound. The word Christmas is mentioned 24 times throughout the screenplay. Lethal Weapon is Christmas movie enough to keep Murtaugh from retiring. Number 4, Ghostbusters 2. Written by Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd and directed by Ivan Reitman, Ghostbusters 2 was released on June 16, 1989. Set 5 years after they saved New York City in the first film, no one has faith in the Ghostbusters until they're called upon once again to save the city from supernatural baddies.
My dad says you guys are full of crap.
So it's essentially the first movie, but a few years newer. Is it set at Christmas time? Yes. Like Trading Places, the climax of the film is set on New Year's Eve, which is a pivotal plot point.
Well, for your sake, I hope you're right.
Is it a tale of redemption? Sort of, but not really. Ultimately, just like the first film, the reputation of the Ghostbusters is redeemed. But none of the Ghostbusters, the actual protagonists of the film, are different by the end of the movie. Their story arcs are as flat as Janine's delivery.
Well, just don't go in there.
Is it about family? Yes. The boys, who are back in town again, are very much a family. And it seems that Venkman's family may have grown by the end of the film to include Dana and Oscar, if they'll have him.
It's a way to go.
Is it Christmassy? No. The only references to the holiday include the Ghostbusters wearing Santa hats in a montage and Peter referring to a possessed toaster as his #1 Christmas boutique item. But there isn't a single flake of snow to be found on the wintertime New York streets. Anyone that tells you Ghostbusters 2 is a Christmas movie is a fraud.
I am a fraud.
Number 5, Die Hard. And we can go way into this, but we don't need to. By focusing on our 4 criteria, we can easily dispense with Die Hard. Written by Jeb Stewart, with revisions by Steven D'Souza and directed by John McTiernan, Die Hard was released on July 15, 1988. On Christmas Eve, NYPD Detective John McClane, played by Bruce Willis, arrives in Los Angeles intending to reconcile with his estranged wife, Holly, played by Bonnie Bedelia. Is it set at Christmas time? The entire film takes place during a Christmas Eve party.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Is it a tale of redemption? Yippee-ki-yay it is. At the end of the film, McClane reconciles with his wife, and Officer Powell, played by Reginald Vell Johnson, overcomes his paralyzing anxiety to draw his gun and save his new friend's life. Is it about family? Yes. As I mentioned, McClane and his wife are reunited and it feels so good. The entire McClane clan may finally enjoy their Christmas together, and Powell and McClane have become friends, having survived the Nakatomi Plaza attack. Is it Christmassy? The screen abounds with more holiday cheer than we can practically catalog in this video. Christmas decorations fill many of the frames. The film includes 5 Christmas songs, including Christmas in Hollis, which was just released a few months earlier. Beethoven's Ode to Joy, which wasn't composed for the holiday but has become a Christmas song in the hundreds of years since, plays during a pivotal part of the movie. Christmas is mentioned 18 times throughout the script. Ho, ho, ho is written on a corpse's shirt. Bedelia's character is named Holly, and so on and so on. It's not a miracle.
It's Christmas, Theo. It's the time of miracles.
It's just facts. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Well, there you have it. The only 4 questions you need to determine whether a film is also a Christmas movie. And as Billy Ray says in Trading Places,
Get the f*** out!
that's not the clip I meant.